What existed before let there be light? Before the creation of the world, what was truly there? Could ancient myths and scientific theories like the Big Bang and quantum vacuum conceal an even deeper secret about our very existence? In this video, we'll connect chaos and order, pre-Adamic humanity, and the layers of the cosmos in a story that challenges everything you think you know. Stay with us until the end, because a surprising revelation might forever change how you see the beginning of everything. What existed before Genesis? This question transcends cultures, beliefs, and even time itself, challenging our understanding of the beginning of everything. In the ancient Mesopotamian myths preserved in the Enuma Elish clay tablets, we find clues about the primordial chaos that preceded existence. The Babylonians described Apsu and Tiamat as ancestral forces, representations of the deep and turbulent waters, whose struggle between chaos and order shaped the cosmos. These figures symbolized a universal principle, creation as a process born from conflict. But why did so many cultures imagine creation emerging from chaos instead of perfect tranquility? In Genesis, God hovers over the waters, an intriguing parallel to the primordial chaos described in the Enuma Elish. Could these waters be remnants of a cosmic conflict that transcended ages? Perhaps chaos is not something to fear, but the foundation for something greater. The waters in Genesis carry universal symbolism. Before light, there was darkness. Before order, there was chaos. This pattern appears in so many narratives, biblical, mythological, or scientific, that it seems to teach us something essential. Chaos is the starting point, never the end. Some Gnostic traditions suggest that superior forces existed even before the God of Genesis. What if the act of creation was just one part of something greater, an attempt to organize pre-existing chaos? Perhaps ancient myths refer not only to the physical world but also to spiritual and mental realities that remain little understood. And what if creation wasn't a mere snap of the fingers, but an intentional process of transformation? This idea resonates not only in the cosmos but also in our own lives. After all, how often do significant changes emerge from chaotic moments? If these questions raise more doubts than answers, that's perfectly fine. This is just the beginning of our journey to understand the origin of everything. Like this video and get ready, the mysteries of the universe are just beginning to unfold. Picture the scene: darkness covers everything, broken only by the movement of waters. In the beginning of Genesis, these waters appear mysteriously. God hovers over them, but the biblical text never explains their origin. Could these waters represent the primordial chaos, a force that needed to be shaped for creation to occur? This is the starting point for reflecting on the origins of the cosmos. The idea that chaos precedes order is universal. In the Enuma Elish, Marduk defeats Tiamat, the personification of chaos, to create the universe. In Genesis, something similar happens. God organizes the chaotic, pre-existing waters. These waters were already there, waiting to be transformed, just as, in life, challenges must be faced before we find clarity. But what is the role of these mysterious waters? They are the raw material of creation, something that cannot be ignored but must be shaped. This idea is not confined to ancient texts, it resonates with our own experiences. How often do we find meaning and purpose when confronting chaos? This reflection reminds us that creation is not a singular event but an ongoing process. Whether in science, mythology, or everyday life, chaos always precedes transformation. Water, in so many cultures, symbolizes both destruction and rebirth. It is not the end, but the means through which change happens. So, should chaos be feared, or understood as necessary for growth? In myths and scriptures, it is the starting point for something extraordinary. It forces us to see beyond disorder, finding purpose even in uncertainty. These waters, then, are not just a narrative detail. They symbolize the forces we all face. Just as God in Genesis or Marduk in the Enuma Elish, we are called to shape our own chaos. Follow this channel and stay with us as we uncover these mysteries. Now, let's consider an intriguing idea. Some Gnostic traditions and ancient theology suggest that superior forces and cosmic layers existed even before the God of Genesis. According to these texts, creation was not an isolated event but part of a larger system, where every element played a vital role. These ideas present a universe far more complex than we are accustomed to imagining. Gnostic texts describe spiritual hierarchies composed of archons, watchers, and other entities, each influencing the physical and spiritual realms. In contrast, the biblical account of Genesis offers a more straightforward view. God creates the world and everything within it. Could these vastly different narratives actually point to the same truth, interpreted through distinct perspectives? Here arises a fascinating question. If forces or layers existed before the God of Genesis, what does this reveal about creation? Were they part of the primordial chaos that God organized, or remnants of a previous universe, something that came before us? These questions, though abstract, directly touch on the essence of our existence and the role we play within a greater cosmos. Gnostic ideas delve even deeper into this theme with concepts like the demiurge, an imperfect creator entity that shaped the physical world. This perspective contrasts with the sovereign God of Genesis but raises an intriguing point. Could creation be the result of an interplay between divine perfection and cosmic imperfection? This view challenges us to rethink the relationship between order and chaos, suggesting that the two can coexist in a complementary way. This context invites us to see pre-existence as more than a philosophical concept. It hints at realities we have yet to fully understand. Perhaps the world we see is only a small part of something much greater. To move forward, we must confront our doubts and seek answers, even when it means questioning what once seemed certain. In the end, we notice a convergence. Gnostic texts, ancient myths, and Genesis, despite their differences, share something in common: a call to question, to look beyond the obvious, and to seek answers that, while complex, expand our understanding of the universe. We now arrive at a point where modern science and ancient myths seem to converge. The quantum vacuum and the Big Bang offer a scientific explanation for what could be described as quantum chaos at the beginning of the universe. Before any cosmic explosion, there was a singularity, an indescribable, compact energy containing all the potential of what we know today. Interestingly, this scientific perspective echoes the narratives of primordial chaos described in Genesis and the Enuma Elish, where conflicting forces precede creation. This is where science and spirituality meet. While myths speak of divine forces shaping the cosmos from chaos, science describes subatomic particles emerging from the vacuum to form the foundations of the universe. Could the quantum vacuum be a modern version of primordial chaos? Or are both perspectives expressing the same truth in their own ways? The Big Bang is not just an explosion, it is the starting point of time, space, and the cosmic order that continues to expand. But if everything began with a singularity, where did it come from? This question echoes the doubts found in ancient myths, Gnostic texts, and even the most advanced scientific theories. Is there something beyond our comprehension, something that predates even the most modern explanations? Science reinforces the idea that chaos precedes order. Quantum particles, while seemingly unpredictable, follow patterns that give rise to complex structures like galaxies and even human life. Rather than disproving ancient myths, science complements them, offering a new language to describe the same truth. However, this convergence challenges us. If quantum chaos and the Big Bang are real, where does divine creation fit in? Are they in conflict, or do they work in harmony to reveal the mysteries of the universe? This question is not just scientific, it is deeply personal. It invites us to confront what we know, question what we do not, and seek answers, even if they remain elusive. Following this line of thought, we see that both science and ancient myths not only explain the cosmos but reflect our desire to understand our place within it. This reflection is not just about the universe, it's about us. Subscribe to the channel to continue this journey and explore with us the next mysteries waiting to be uncovered. What if something, or someone, existed before Adam? This question has intrigued scholars and theologians for centuries. The idea of a pre-Adamic humanity, or pre-Adamites, raises profound mysteries. Ancient texts and fossil evidence suggest that humans or humanoid beings may have inhabited the earth before the Genesis account. But if this is true, how do they fit into the divine narrative? These questions challenge our beliefs about the origins of humanity. The discovery of fossils dating back thousands of years brings forth intriguing doubts. Who are these beings? Were they independent creatures or part of a larger, still unknown divine plan? Some theorists suggest that these pre-Adamites were an earlier species, designated to inhabit the earth. Others believe they represent cycles of creation and destruction, a theme echoed in myths from various cultures. However, this line of thought challenges biblical traditions. In Genesis, Adam is described as the first man, directly shaped by God. But how can we explain the evidence of older civilizations? Could these remnants be part of a greater divine plan? Or are we interpreting Adam and Eve's role in the biblical narrative too narrowly? Here, we face a dilemma. Acknowledging the existence of pre-Adamites challenges not only Scripture but also our traditional view of creation. Yet, this crisis can also be an opportunity, a call to reflect more deeply on our purpose and place in the divine plan. Just as primordial chaos gave rise to order, these unsettling questions push us to seek broader answers. For many, the pre-Adamites serve as a reminder that creation is far more diverse than we imagine. The Bible presents us with a God who works in mysterious ways, and perhaps these ancient remnants are evidence of that. They challenge us to broaden our perspective and consider that the divine plan may include dimensions we have yet to comprehend. These questions lead us to reflect on our role in this vast enigma. Are we merely a piece of something that transcends ages? Or do we play a unique role in a story still being written? Continuing this reflection helps us understand not just creation but also ourselves, guiding us toward a more expansive view of our existence. Now, let's delve into the heart of creation, the conflict between order and chaos. In many ancient cultures, creation is described as a battle between opposing forces. In Mesopotamian mythology, Marduk confronts Tiamat, the personification of chaos, to shape the cosmos. Similarly, Greek myths and biblical narratives portray creation not as a peaceful act but as a conquest where order prevails over chaos. In Genesis, this dynamic is symbolized by God's voice declaring, "Let there be light." Here, God transforms chaos into something new. This idea resonates not only in ancient myths but also in our own lives. Chaos is not eradicated but shaped. It becomes the foundation for something greater. This struggle teaches us a powerful lesson: order is born from challenges. Just as God shaped the waters in Genesis and Marduk divided Tiamat to create the universe, we, too, face our own internal and external chaos. How often do seemingly insurmountable challenges lead us to growth and transformation? Ancient myths show us that conflict is not only inevitable but necessary. Without it, there would be no creation or change. In the Bible, each act of God reaffirms that chaos can be overcome with effort and determination. For this reason, many see creation as a metaphor for human life, where every obstacle is an opportunity to build something new. This struggle extends beyond the physical universe. It is also an emotional and spiritual battle. It is the clash between our fears and our aspirations, between doubt and faith. Just as the cosmos emerged from this tension, we are called to find purpose amidst our struggles. The true victory lies not in eliminating chaos but in learning to transform it. Chaos is the raw material from which order is born. As ancient myths and scriptures reveal, chaos is the beginning of something extraordinary. We now arrive at the point where time and consciousness come into play. Many traditions suggest that time did not exist before the universe. It emerged alongside existence itself, marking the transition from chaos to order, from potential to reality. Interestingly, both ancient myths and modern science agree. Time began with creation, acting as a framework to organize everything. But what does this mean? Time is fundamental to how we perceive reality. It shapes our understanding of the world and ourselves. In creation narratives, time coincides with the emergence of order and consciousness. In the Bible, God organizes the world in days, creating a sequence that contrasts with the chaos that came before. The relationship between time and consciousness is even more fascinating. Some believe that time is only perceived because we are conscious of it. Without consciousness, it might remain an abstract dimension. This leads us to an intriguing question: did time emerge with divine consciousness? Or does our own consciousness give it meaning? The central idea is that creation is not just about establishing the physical universe, it's about giving it meaning. Time organizes chaos and provides a framework for us to live, overcome challenges, and grow. It is through time that our stories unfold, and we discover purpose. So, what are we doing with the time we have been given? If time is a gift of creation, how are we using it to bring meaning to our lives? Just as the cosmos was shaped by the interplay between chaos and order, our lives follow a similar pattern. Time challenges us to reflect, evolve, and find our purpose. This is the essence. Time is not merely a measure but an opportunity for transformation. It connects us to a greater plan and reminds us that, by working through chaos, we uncover the order that gives meaning to our existence. Creation began in chaos, but what comes next depends on us. Chaos is not the end, it is the starting point for transformation and purpose. And you? How do chaos and order shape your life? What challenges have helped you grow? Share your thoughts in the comments, we want to hear your perspective. Share this video with someone who is also searching for answers to these questions, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. This is just the beginning. There is still so much to uncover, and we want you with us on this journey. Let's go together.